Hi everybody, thanks for clicking on this video and taking a look. I'm going to do a very quick update and overview on the panels that we've made for the Air Manager panels that we've made for the Felis 747 Classic in X-Plane 12. Apologies for my voice, I've had the lurgy for the last couple of weeks. Also now it's quite a windy day, so there's a lot of external noise going on out here where I am, so hopefully that won't distract too much. So these are Air Manager panels for Air Manager version 4.2, 4.2.11 is what I'm using for use with the Felis 747 Classic running in X-Plane 12. For anybody who's running my panels, I wouldn't currently recommend upgrading to Air Manager 5. There seem to be quite a few issues on Sim Innovation's forum, their website at the moment, mostly relating to streaming, but there seem to be a few other nitty-gritty things. So I'm just going to give it a few weeks, then I'll upgrade to Air Manager 5, and then we'll make sure that everything works and everything runs okay. Once again, these are for the PC version of Air Manager. They're downloadable as CIF files. You can find out more details here. Download the CIF files and you can then import them straight into the, like I say, the PC version of Air Manager 4.2. They can't be run on... No, I'm not quite correct in saying that. I was going to say they can't be run on tablets or iPads, but I believe there are ways of extending your desktop onto a tablet, and if you can do that, I think you can run these. But I've never done that. I don't know that it works. I won't vouch for it. But in terms of the tablet or the iPad version of Air Manager itself, these won't run within those applications. So let's take a quick look. We've got the captain's panel open at the moment. It's night time, so we've got some night lighting effects going on here. These are all controllable through Air Manager itself. I'll turn down the dome lighting, and also there's back panel lighting, background panel lighting there as well. Turn that up and down, and then we can play with the gauge lights themselves. Get those up and down to whatever brightness you require, and also the digital displays as well can be fine-tuned. So you've got full control over the night lighting. While we've got the captain's panel open, I'm just going to show you some of the instrument options that are available. If I just swing this across and show you there, so we've got a couple of different ADI flight directors. We've got a 2Q flight director and the V bar, and if I swing the heading round towards the heading that we're actually currently on, you'll see the bars moving in unison. Okay, then we've got a couple of different vertical speed indicators, TCAS, which does work, runs off mirrors the TCAS unit in the Felis itself. There's a metric altimeter if you want, for example, Lufthansa. This is based on the Lufthansa unit, and then we've got a few different navigation displays and options. We've got an RMI, which is VOR only with integrated DME readouts. Let's take it to daytime, so you just see it there. We've got digital DME and a kind of more traditional style RMI with switchable needles, and then we've got ADF only and VOR only. And there's the test. There's the test function just to prove that everything works. So close that down. Here's the overhead panel. I've built it so that it can be switched across a couple of screens just with invisible buttons there. Scroll it up and down, and again, if we want to take it to nighttime, you can see there that the overhead lighting can be adjusted, and also we've got dome lighting, full dome lighting across the cockpit as well, so we can turn that up. Instrument test, click on that, and that lights up all of the annunciators and any other warning lights that need to be tested. Next one up, we'll look at the center panel, engine instruments. I'll take the dome lighting down. Now the lighting controls are down on the center pedestal. The center forward panel lights is what they are, and let me just apply some power so you can see the instruments in operation. And then if we quickly flip there, we'll bring in the tape instruments, and again I'll just change the power settings, and you can see them in operation, and we'll go to daylight. There's the daytime. And flaps, let's add some flap in. You can see the flap, the tape flap gauge there moving. Now, one thing to say, that these instruments are for the passenger version of the Felis. The freighter version is being worked on at the moment. That has differences. They have, I believe, GE engines instead of the Pratts that are fitted on the on this current version. And so I probably will have to put out a slightly different set of instruments, which will cover the freighter, cover any variances for example, for fire protection panels or detection and protection panels that are on the freighter, and also to cover for any variances on the GE engines. You notice there the standby horizon is wibbly wobbling a little bit there. That's because I didn't have the part brake on when I applied the power, so the aircraft has started moving of its own accord. Like I say, I'm not here to demonstrate my prowess on operating the aeroplane. There we go. I'm here just to show you these quick overview of these panels. Moving on swiftly, then we've got the center pedestal. These displays will change automatically based on what you have set within the Felis. So you can either have the SIVA INS unit, or the Lytton, or the default X-Plane 12 FMS FMC. And the alignment units in the overhead will also change accordingly, dependent on also on that. So there we go. Again, you can just flip up and down panels using these hidden click spots, and we'll go to nighttime and put the control stand. Lights can be on or off. And then we've got the dome light. We can turn that up and down to set the lighting preferences as you so wish. Right, one thing I will say with these panels is that I've rewritten the code so that the size of the panel can very easily be adjusted by the user to match the width of your monitor, number of pixels, or the pixel size of your monitor. Width and height, and that's because the way a manager displays individual instruments, and each of these sub panels is an individual instrument, so you can mess around with them and move them and resize them and do whatever you want, create your own custom panels if you want. It's the same, for example, with the overhead panel. each one of these sub panels, let's put it to daylight again. Each one of these sub panels is an individual instrument. So that HF unit there is an individual gauge within Air Manager, which you can move, resize, put it next to the I don't know, to the VSI, Captain's VSI, if you want to, just to make make panels to fit whatever you
auto brake off,
to fit whatever you want. But I have changed the coding, and if I show you their script, you can see here on these that it right at the top of the panels is a local screen X and local screen Y. So I've got a 2560 by 1440 monitor, but if your resolution is 1920 by 1080, change that to 1920, change that to 1080, and this script will automatically resize and reposition all of the individual gauges, the individual elements here that you'll see that make up, this is for the captain's panel. It'll automatically size those so that they fit the width of your monitor, and then you can use those buttons on the left to scroll up and down. So I think that's just about it. We are talking about the 747, the jumbo jet. I haven't mentioned the elephant in the room, which is the flight engineers panel. Let me just show you where I'm at with that. If I just open that up, there's a lot to this. This just gives you an idea of what's involved. You're going to be able to scroll around, so from one side to the other, and up and down. That just gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. Still a long way to go, but I'm quite excited for this. I think once this is done, it'll. I think the flight engineers panel will actually make quite a good unit for people to use, especially if you're in a shared cockpit. So that's it. Once again, if you want to find out more about these and my other panels, take a look here. And thank you for taking your time to look at this video. Really appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed seeing what we're up to. And bye for now. Cheers.